Oh my goodness, people. It's full-time trip in the building. Arsenal 3, Bournemouth 2. What the hell just happened? I literally have a headache watching that game. What an absolute comeback. I'm stunned. I'm stunned. This team, insanity. I'm here with Stay Ghosted. I'm here with Timo Too Good. What's good, gentlemen?
Bro,
The energy's high. The
but
energy's high.
yeah, I can't
I'm
lie,
buzzing.
bro. I'm mad emotional right now, but we got to get this done because,
Bro,
bro, I cannot lie. What I had experienced for 90 minutes,
bro.
I ain't seen nothing like that. Yeah,
That
since Leicester, since
that was
since Leicester, since Leicester 2016, since
mm-hmm,
Barca against fucking PSG. I ain't seen
mm-hmm.
nothing like a cover like that,
Bro.
bro. Under the
It,
circumstances, the
again,
VAR calls. God damn.
under the circumstances, especially this felt more again visceral than the United game. To be real, this felt more. Even though
Bro.
again, I enjoy the United game a lot more because we were playing fantastically. But the result means so much and the occasion meant so
Does,
much.
man.
But
It
again, just to
does,
speak on
man.
the game, first half first 60 minutes of the game really just
Yeah.
nothing there. Sixes and sevens. We scored the second fastest goal we conceded in Premier League history.
Yep.
Again, just a lot of stuff went wrong in that first half. So, team, I'm gonna speak to you really quickly on what went wrong in the first half, man. Talk to us through that first 60 minutes of just the rough spell.
Right. Well, I think straight off the bat, we can obviously talk about the goal. Immediately, it doesn't seem as if, and I guess it's new to this Arsenal squad. They don't concede goals that early. In fact, they score goals just as early as that goal was conceded. Positionally, I just felt like maybe everyone was just a bit more, locked in from an attacking front and not from a defensive front. They probably thought they'd, recycle the ball quite quickly and go on an attack. Unfortunately, the ball's come off a couple of players and it's gone in the back of the net. From there, obviously, it's a thing where we don't necessarily chase games. We know how we play at home. We know how good we are on the ball. We know how well we are in regards to finding the right areas to find the right spaces and whatnot. But unfortunately, for 60 minutes, it just seemed as if Bournemouth were not, I wouldn't say they were great. They were just shutting us off. It's kind of just like what Sean Dyche did with Everton and essentially how Newcastle played against us at home. Not giving us the ball in the areas where we can really hurt teams. Unfortunately, I think as you can see, over a period of 90 minutes, that's not possible. At least not with a Bournemouth side that have been struggling all season. We've gifted them away two goals. The second goal, I don't even want to get into it too tough, but let's just say set piece wise, we went from being very good defensively from set pieces to kind of just letting goals in here and there. Positionally, we need to do better.
Yeah.
But that's my take. I don't want to get into the comeback because we'll leave that for ghosting. But yeah,
Yeah.
honestly, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man. What the world? What the world? And I really, really just I feel like really uncharacteristic. I feel like everything that didn't go wrong or everything that was gonna go wrong did. You know what I'm saying? Everything from the injuries, Chassar came off as
Yeah.
well. Again, just really some lapses in concentration, lackadaisical movement. We had to make a first half sub for Ben White off for Tomiyasu. But starting at the 62nd minute, we had goals from Partey, Ben White, and then Reiss Nelson at the end of the game for us to come back. But talk us through it, Ghostin. Talk us through it.
Listen, bro. Listen. Right now, I'm trying to contain the energy because if I scream, the mic will just cut out. You won't be able to hear anything. Listen, I'll be honest here. That for me, that first half here was just obviously I won't lie. Sorry, YouTube. I turned up late. I was late, but I missed that first goal. But when I watched like the replay of it, I was like, that's just sloppy. I feel like the first half was very slow, dry. I feel like it was making a lot of mistakes defensively. Like, doing these like little short passes with a lack of energy, then Bournemouth just intercept it, cut it out. Then they're on the break, and I feel like we were like, I think Timo said it during the game, like, we was inviting a lot of unnecessary pressure that we didn't need to be inviting onto the
Yeah.
squad. But I feel
Literally.
like, Arteta as always, that halftime magic, the energy, yeah, got them man to rub their hands together. Now look, I feel like the second half was defo our half.
No,
For sure.
100%.
Like even the goals from the free players, these are players that week in, week out. Maybe not so much Reiss, because he doesn't play as frequently as the others. But one thing all three of them have in common, they will fight for that badge. They'll fight for that badge.
Aye, man.
Whether they come on as a sub, whether they start the game, those are three players that love the club. And obviously Reiss, they're from young. Since Partey's come in, he's been a key part of our squad. And you know, man, Ben White, man, he got moved from centre back to right back, and he's looking like a brand new man. So I give respect to the three of them. Like I said, second half was our half, and I'm happy.
Sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, to just add some color and context, bro. Like, I just want to speak generally before we get into all the player performances and stuff like that.
Mhm.
This team is completely just this feels the strongest we've ever been in the Emirates era. Ever since we left Highbury, this feels like this is the strongest we've ever been.
Without a doubt.
Like,
Without a doubt.
and not just from the quality standpoint, because we can talk about Mikel Arteta, the tactics,
No,
the
of
team, and
course,
all stuff like
yeah.
that. I'm talking about the spirit, bro. The
The
spirit.
passion.
One goal would go a few years ago. One goal would go in. We drop our heads. We have men like Mustafi
Bro,
Socrates heads down.
Even 2 goals would kill us.
We were capitulation machines. Again,
Yeah.
when I saw 2-0 down, a part of my heart was like, "Yo, man, dang, this might be raps." Because I'm so used to that era, bro. But it's new. It's a new era now. It's new time now. We're back. We're back to that, bringing that spirit of Highbury to fight, man. The real Arsenal. That's real Arsenal right there. That's the spirit. We never said die from minute one. From minute one, bro. We kept fighting, kept pushing, no matter what was against us. 4 VAR calls, bro. I'll get to that ref in a second. I'll get to that bum ass ref in a second. And all these VAR guys in a minute. I'll handle that personally. But just
Even
crazy.
VAR want to get us out of the league, man.
Facts, man. Even the PGMOL, bro. They want us out. But listen, too willful. The will of this team is too strong to be denied. The will of these fans. You hear them in the stadium pushing us on from 2-0 down. Everywhere. I done told these man already, you're gonna see these live vlogs at the end of the season. I'm coming that way, bro. I'm gonna be in England at the end of the season. I don't care, win, lose, draw, none of that, bro. I will be there because I need to feel it this season, bro.
Yes, sir.
I need to feel this team spirit is just unreal, man. But let's run through these player ratings really, really quickly. I'll start with Aaron Ramsdale. Aaron Ramsdale today. I'm going to give I say like a 6 point. Yeah, I'll say a 6. I
low-key feel like we can give him a 7.
I agree.
Because
I feel like especially at the end of the game with how he again just helped. I mean, be a sweeper and just help recycle play. I feel like that was a big boost to how we played at the end of the game.
Not even just that. Even at 2-1. Where we've lost the ball a couple of times. Solanke's got through, had a couple of shots
and some good saves. You're right. You're right.
Even at 1-0, it could have been 3-0.
Facts. No, that's big facts.
Ramsdale did come clutch in very good moments in the game. I'd happily give him a 7.
Big facts. I forgot about that one. I'm sorry. I got a migraine forming in the center of my head.
That was a traumatic experience. Bro, I can't lie.
I felt the vein forming in the front of my forehead like Harry Potter, bro. I felt it. It was like an N, bro. I just felt Voldemort. His presence is on me, bro. But anyways, Ramsdale 7. I'll take that. I'll take Tomiyasu today. I'll say I'll give him the bog standard 5. I think he got into decent spaces, but for that first half performance, it just wasn't. It wasn't. Yeah, the execution wasn't there. Again, some loose passes, wasn't really again on point positionally. There were just even some aerial duels. I think he won just about more than he lost, but still, it wasn't. It wasn't a top. Tomiyasu performance. Yeah, it wasn't convincing Tomiyasu when he had to get hooked first half of Ben White. So I say bog standard 5. G, throw it off to you, William Saliba.
I'm gonna give him a 7. Literally just a flat 7. I feel like the first half, I can't lie, he was irritating me a little bit. Like he was doing like little things and he just a bit messy, and it just like irritated me a lot. But I feel like the second half, he definitely woke up a bit more, and as like the tempo and the momentum came to our side and things started progressing, I feel like he done what he does as always, to hold down that backline and make sure that nothing comes through or no silly mistakes. But yeah, I'll give him a 7. If not for that first half, I can't lie. If he played the same way in both halves, he would have got that 8. But that first half, bit too messy for me.
Yeah, no, I hear it. And Timo Gabriel Magalhaes.
Well, I mean, Gabriel, progressive passer, as we all know. Positionally, didn't feel like he did too wrong. Handled Solanke well. Maybe more in the second half than the first. Kept us in the game for a couple of challenges. I can't lie to you. I would say he didn't have a worse performance than Saliba. I don't think he had a better performance than Saliba, so I think I'd give him a 7 as well.
Yeah, I would say he was just about in that range. I agree.
Yeah, so again, that comes from. I obviously got to look at the team spirit. And I just feel like he's very instrumental in regards to how the rest of the game played. So Yeah, a 7 from me for Gabby.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I'll go on to Alexander Zinchenko. I think especially towards the end of the game, I feel like 7.5. I think is
Yeah,
just for how we progressed, like how he
yeah.
kept the pressure on. He was instrumental in that. I'm gonna he only
Instrumental in that final cross
yeah,
because
literally,
that I literally thought that's a tap in for anybody.
literally,
Bro. No,
bro.
7.5 definitely for sure.
Zinchenko is just vital to what we do, man. It is who he
Literally.
is, his profile, his spirit, bro. You saw even when we were 1 or 2 nil down, he was he was telling people to
He was
turn up,
hyping
bro.
the
He was
crowd.
telling people to turn up, man. And I think that's the
He
theme.
did, he did that in the Bournemouth half of the stadium as
Facts
well.
and
He got the whole stadium. Yeah,
literally on that far side of the touchline, bro. I'm like, come listen,
literally.
and I think that's gonna be the through line of today's ratings and everything like that. The
Nah,
mentality,
fact.
the performance, the intensity,
Literally.
especially when we're like under the cosh. So just 7.5 for me today. I'll throw it back to G. I'll give you Fabio Vieira today.
Fabio Villa. I can't lie. I give him a 6, but I can't lie. I do feel like the team as a whole, like I don't feel like a lot of play was really going through him, and I feel like if we utilized him more, he could have definitely done better. Because I was seeing
Been more
glimpses
I've,
of
devastating.
I've
what he's
even
capable of, but
in
I
this
don't feel
game
like
there were
the
some good glimpses from him. It's just unfortunate not to get the end of something. I think there was a ball either from Partey or something like that. He got at the end of it, just lost it, but it was just really good movements and just some good signs, but just didn't come off in execution.
Yeah, and then when he did get the ball, I do feel like he was rushing a bit, like a lot of
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
high
feel like the
shots,
pace of the game.
yeah,
even like
I
the
feel like
crossing as well. Like I
yeah,
feel like some of the crosses were a bit rushed. Like they weren't really going towards anyone, man. And I feel like he could have taken more time in a lot of the situations he had as well, man.
I feel like with Vieira, just to add, I think it's one of them ones where the pace of the game probably was a lot. And I know from a starting position where he hasn't started often this season, it might be a lot to take in considering we were 2 goals down. He may not be the primary ball player we want the ball to be like the ball to get to. That's why you probably get the ball more to Odegaard and Partey before he gets the ball in the final third. And obviously in terms of how we were playing, we were trying to stretch play out quite often with Saka, which I was hoping we'd play a bit more narrow because then you get the likes of Vieira on the ball. So
yeah,
I think a 6 is fair because obviously there wasn't anything spectacular about the performance, but I also feel like it's a thing where the game probably didn't cater to him the best way. We know we can get him involved. It's the same with Smith Rowe. He came on and trying to play at that intensity after a long period of injury, you can't get everything out of him, but you get something in small spaces here and there. So it's one of those things.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, no, I hear it, and I'll throw it back to you for Martin Odegaard, captain today.
I'll be real. I don't think he did too much wrong. I want to say between a 6.5 and a 7.
Yeah.
I'm probably catering more towards the 6.5. Only reason I say that is because with Martin, absolute stalwart for us in our midfield. Like he's our midfield maestro. Created quite a few passes, quite a few opportunities, just like we are used to. One of the players which I felt took a lot of initiative in trying to get us back in front of goal, in front as well. So I mean, he's taking shots from everywhere. Obviously, not all of them were going in the right areas. Very unfortunate not to get the goal as soon as we try our first attack of the first half.
Yeah.
But it's the persistence. And as a captain, you've got to rally your players, and he was rallying players throughout the 90 minutes. So
Facts.
I might change. I might give him a 7. I think it's imperative that even if the game's not going in your favor, your captain engineers that element of monster mentality to kind of just get yourself back in the game and keep pressing forward, keep pushing because they know you can win the game. They knew they could win that game today. They knew.
Absolutely.
And it's important that the captain allowed them to have that mentality as a team. So yeah, I'll give him a 7.
100%, and I agree. And I feel again the mentality is a through line. There's the belief. The belief is that through line today, man. And I'll take Thomas Partey really quickly. I think he was in. Honestly, I'll give him an 8.0. 8.0 today. 8.0. It could have been an 8.5 just as easily. The goal to get us back into the fight and start us off. Some of the balls that he was winning, just imperial when it counted today. Honestly, I think he didn't misplace too many passes. Just regenerating play, covering some things up. Defensive recovery today were outstanding in a lot of different cases. He was almost damn near everywhere in that midfield, man. He's ridiculous, man.
Literally.
like I have no more words to describe how important he is
If I have to,
when he's on his day, when he's on job on his day, he can run midfield by himself. So I'd say 8.
literally, I think with Partey's performance, obviously we saw the first half, and it's a game. This was a game of two halves,
Mhm.
predominantly. Like I feel like the whole team as a whole just weren't alert early enough in the first half. Hence why the first goal was
Yeah.
conceded. But you saw the mentality that Partey had to retrieve every ball, to play every ball forward, to just impose himself.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
100%.
for him, and obviously, if I even talk about just an imposing performance, for him to get on the end of that Smith Rowe header
Facts.
was important. It's not
Facts.
an area we find him often in, but that's the passion and desire for us to kind of win these games and get past that line.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to need that from somebody with the stature as good as Partey is. You're going to need that from all of your players. So it's
Facts.
just great that it was him. He obviously had a celebration and commemorated to the late Christian
Yeah,
Atsu.
too. Facts. Rest in
So
peace.
if that's a performance to honor your friend, and I don't know,
Yeah.
that one's up there. So
Can't do
hats off
much
to
better
him.
than that, man. Can't do
You
much better than
cannot,
that.
absolutely cannot.
100%.
Cannot.
I'll throw it back to Golston really quickly for Bukayo Saka.
Bukayo Saka, I'm going to give a. He's actually a tricky one. I'm going to give Saka a. This one is tricky. I think I'm gonna give him a 7.5. Nothing higher than that though. For
Interesting.
me at least. I feel like today, like don't get me wrong, he didn't get a goal, he didn't get an assist, but he continued to be that attacking threat that he's always been.
Yep.
I feel like a lot of opportunities that he was like giving to our team, like people weren't in the right like spots, no one was getting on the end of it,
Yeah,
people weren't making the right runs. There
not
were
gambling.
opportunities where I feel like he made passes where he had like better options as opposed to what he did, but overall he continued to be a menace down that side he was playing on the entire game. He didn't like drop his head even when 1-0 down, 2-0 down, and he kept on fighting and fighting and fighting like he always does. Like fair enough, like we can't just like rate people's performances based on their goals and assists, but also like their work rate and even their mentality and what they're offering to the club as well. And I feel like him just continuing to do what he does also like gives a message to the rest of the squad to like, yo, like come on man, keep going. And I feel like what he done today, he done well, man. It just
absolutely.
in terms of like trying to get an assist and goal, today just wasn't the day, but he still kept making the effort. And at the end of the day, it's a team game as well. But for his performance, 7.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here it. And then Gabriel Martinelli on the other side for you, Timo.
Martinelli. Again, I think this one's going to be quite difficult. Only reason I state that is because this is more a game I felt Nketiah probably would have loved to.
He would have loved some of these chances, bro. We were saying that mid game. He was like he would have loved being on the end of some of these instinctive little like open spaces and little like little half chances.
Literally, I think one thing I'll give him Martinelli credit for this game was that he dropped a lot deeper to try and give the team a bit more dynamic in regards to moving forward as a unit, as opposed to him, just trying to carry the ball from the halfway line and just kind of gamble.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for him, and I think this is something that obviously was working, is that Trossard got injured.
Yeah.
So it kind of limited what he was able to do. Obviously, you've got Smith Rowe now coming on as a substitute, and we know how good Smith Rowe is at combination play and trying to drift in space. But I guess in the spaces in which Trossard is taking up, it benefited Martinelli more to play up that number 9 role or that centre forward role. Whereas Smith Rowe isn't going to offer you that; he's going to offer you something completely different.
Yeah.
Less so, I feel like it's a thing where I'd probably give him a 6.5. And you know what? One thing I've come to expect from Martinelli is that you're going to get a game where he's going to score goals or he'll be a constant form in a side. And then the next game, he might be a bit quiet. But I think the one thing that you won't fault him for is his work rate and his commitment to the cause.
Works his socks off every single time. I saw him everywhere.
Literally. So I think it's a thing. He's unfortunate not to get a goal today. He found himself in quite a few promising areas. Showed his pace, his blistering pace, off the back of a couple of counter attacks, great passes from Partey, and just unfortunate not to get a goal. But besides that, I think if you don't get a goal and you're getting a 6.5, it's okay. It's not a bad performance by any means. Hopefully the next game he's able to kind of impose himself a bit more. But 6.5 from me.
100%, 100%. I can't really give Trossard a rating today because he got injured. Only thing I'll say
Yep,
is get well
finally,
soon. Hopefully, it's something minor. Hopefully, it's nothing
hopefully,
major. Max just
precautionary.
sit out these next couple of games, the Europa League tie and stuff, and it's just precautionary
Yeah.
stuff. I'll say going for Emil Smith Rowe. I think Emil Smith Rowe is probably around this. I'd say about a. I'd say about 6.5 as well. I'll give him a 6.5
Yep,
as well. I feel like, again,
yep,
just a little bit tough coming in. Again, it's like his first full set of minutes. No, not the full 90,
yeah,
but his
exactly.
first full set of minutes in a little while. So it felt a little bit labored. But
Yep,
still, again, some good touches on the ball. I saw like he was starting to rev up the engine, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Started
yep,
getting that little ball carrying motion that he got into. I saw a couple flashes of it. So we're starting to get
yep,
back to that. But again, just not too much like insane impact on the game. But he put in a shift today.
yep.
Again, glad to see him get some minutes under his belt. Hopefully, he's fully fit for the fixtures to come. And he can again help us out. Run through these subs really quickly. Honestly, Granit Xhaka, I'll give a quick 5 just because it wasn't really much time left, but he did see the game through. Again, there's not much time on the ball, but he did see it out really good when he came on to help control the play and help kickstart a lot of things because he was kickstarting a lot of things a lot more. Ben
Yep.
White, I'm going to give an 8 today. Honestly, some of
Yeah,
the balls
I
he was
would
playing
agree.
was
I
blinding.
would agree. It was a complete contrast of performance compared to
To
Tommy
Tomiyasu.
and I just think that it gave the team a complete dynamic. And the one thing I think I'd give Benjamin White as a whole was that his attacking threat was stupendous. Like it's a
Big facts.
one thing to kind of play behind Saka and have to play and play defensively in order to get the best out of him.
Mhm.
But in terms of even just the overlaps and even being in an underlapping position where he's been able to find the back of the net, that's
This
the
guy's
mentality.
found. This
That's
guy's
the
found
mentality. That's what
spaces.
I want to change it. That Arteta speaking about how there are characters in the squad that want to take the game by the scruff of the neck, and that's there for you right there. Like it's it's just beautiful to see that it's not always going to be a Bukayo Saka or a Martinelli
Yeah.
or Eddie Nketiah that's going to carry you up. Sometimes you need other players to do it, and you've seen that this squad has a few dogs in them. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to see that.
Bro don't even like football. He's balling like this. Like, come on. Like, what y'all want
He
for real?
does it.
What y'all
Yeah,
want,
no,
man? Like, I don't know what you
literally,
want, man. But hey, yeah,
literally.
that's that. And let's take a quick second to talk about our man of the match. I think
Boy,
without a doubt,
my boy,
9.5 out of 10.
my
I do
boy,
not care.
my
Reese
dog,
Yep.
my
Nelson.
Bruce,
Now, real
my
quick,
doggy.
before I hand it off to Timo and G on this real quick, I just want to say, for every Bukayo Saka, for Emil Smith Rowe, for Eddie Nketiah, people forget that Reiss Nelson's tail end. He has the Arsenal DNA in his veins coursing through him. He knows what it means. He knows what it means to play for this club, to play for to play for this team, to be a part of this culture. So the way he comes on every time this season, he's had 3 goals and 2 assists in 3 appearances this season. Every time he's come on, it's been smoke. He has been literally on job the second he steps on pitch this season. He has a point to prove. He deserves to be in this squad. He deserves to have more minutes, and he's pushing to be in this team. He has just as much intensity as a Bukayo Saka, as a Emil Smith Rowe, because he knows what it means. So to see him do this absolute damn near perfection in that 30-minute spell he was on. I don't care what anybody says. He was direct. He was direct, influential, tricky, again, secure with the ball. Like, what more could you ask from a performance from him? But let me throw it off to Timo. How'd you feel about that one, man?
Oh, as you guys I've said earlier, that's my boy. That's my IRL. Reese has. Listen, I got emotional right after that goal was scored because for me, having seen him have to go through injury after injury after injury and still have to pick himself up, start of the season when he got his goals against Nottingham Forest, I was a happy lad, and then a few games after injury, and there was talk of obviously getting other wingers in the window. You're thinking, when is he going to get his chance? And one thing that Arteta's always stated about Reese is that at times it's hard to not pick him. It's hard. It's a tough decision to not start some of these players at Arsenal, and that's something we haven't had in a very long time.
Facts.
So for us to now have the ability to bring on someone like Reese and him not only just coming on, but showing what he can really do when it really matters, it's a godsend. He's come on, first few touches, assist. And then the last few seconds of the game, when you think the game's over, when you think we're only going to get 1 point, boom.
Absolute. That goal was. Oh my gosh,
Listen,
bro!
I have not seen the Emirates in that state.
That was February or December of 2016 when we capped Leicester twice.
Bro,
when we capped them twice,
I'm
it hasn't been jumping since then. I mean, United was close, but this was different. This was different because of what it meant. what it meant to us right now, bro, to maintain pace. We call a spade, bro. We're in the hunt for the title. We'll call a spade, bro. And when it's time to get in this mode, I think what's it called? Troops from AFTV and Barstool was talking about it. He was like, yeah, listen, there's just moments where you're like, yo, are we really built to withstand the pressure? Are we really geared to win? Is it really going to be our year? I'm not saying it's our year, but I'm saying this team is built to fight through all this adversity, to come back like this, man. Especially Reiss.
You and I were here with the Villa game, and we said the same thing. I told you we were not going to lose that game.
Facts.
Right?
Facts.
I sat here with you and said to you, and at that time, it was a thing where we couldn't have seen how that game was going to go. We knew we weren't going to lose, but how we were going to win that game, we could not have written the script because it was a Jorginho shot, right?
Facts.
This one was like, one, it's at home, so the atmosphere is going to be stupendous, right? But it's the player who scored the goal. It's like it could have been anyone else in the squad, and it could have been, oh my god, like what the hell? But it was Reiss Nelson. You see it, so
with an
it's not something you often see. You expect it from, let's say, a Martinelli, a Trossard. You'll see it from a Bukayo Saka or an Odegaard. The goal scorers that even scored today aren't common goal scorers. That's
Ben White's first goal. His first goal for Arsenal came today. Thomas Partey barely scores.
Hasn't scored since October.
Yep,
he hasn't scored since October. So in my head, it's just like, this isn't stuff of just any season, bro. This is title winning talk. I'm telling you, you need everybody to contribute.
And the craziest thing is, I saw a stat too that just pulled up. What was it called? Arsenal have the most, I guess, novel goal scorers in the Premier League right now. 15 different goal scorers. Everybody in our starting 11, every outfield player in our starting 11 has scored.
There you go.
This season, which is
insane.
Which is insane to think about.
That's insane.
That's actually insane. Like
Zinni, Gabriel, Saliba, Partey, Xhaka.
When you think everybody in that 11 has scored.
Oh my god!
Like when you're firing on this level, bro. Listen. It's just a belief in this team. I believe in this team so much, bro. They make me so proud. They make all of us so proud
about this as well, right? One thing I would even like to state is that we've seen title winning squads before, right?
Yeah.
Not necessarily our Arsenals, but we can look at the Cities and the Liverpools and the Tottenham. No, actually Tottenham.
Almost having it. Almost having
it. Chelsea's, right?
Yeah.
But like, you've often seen them have an element of just ruthlessness, right? And it comes from their forward players. It doesn't necessarily mean that the goal scorers are the same. They don't necessarily have to be their strikers. One thing I've noticed about this Arsenal team is that Arteta probably drilled into them very early that there's no reason why you can't contribute in other places outside your position. It's almost like with the situation with Maitland-Niles from a while back. Oh, I want to play centre midfield, but you can contribute so well playing right back.
Facts.
He's now gotten that mentality into every single player in this squad because they know their quality, they know their ability, and he's given so much belief into those players. Even after the end of last season, you just think, wow, what a turnaround. What a turnaround.
Unreal.
This guy has single-handedly made Arsenal fans he doesn't just give them back to the Arsenal fans, he's made Arsenal fans love football again. It's not just about. It's crazy.
We can talk about this another day, but this is literally one of the greatest rebuilds we've seen in probably Premier League history in transit. Like this is one of the best.
Yep.
When you really think about it, bro, it's his first year on a job, on a professional managerial job. You know what I'm saying? Like he's the head coach. That's not. There was a video on it. Like, yo, he's not. This is not a normal situation. This is not an everyday thing that happens, bro.
No one ever really goes from being an assistant to a manager in the space of 3 years. And be 37 years of age, by the way.
And constantly get compared to Guardiola, to Klopp,
that's what I'm saying.
To Ten Hag, to some of the world's best managers you get compared to.
They've managed big teams. This is his
4 years.
Role. It's his first role, man.
This is special, man.
What I'm gonna say is, don't even ask me to give Arteta a rating today, man. I think everything speaks for itself, man.
Bro, I'm not even. Listen,
no rating required.
No rating. No, I'm not even putting a grading on there, bro. Arteta is stamped. He is special, bro. He's special. I'm to the people, even to the doubts I even had when we first started this process, man. I want to smack myself, bro. I want to smack myself because when this guy, I felt it. I felt it somewhere deep down, but I wanted to deny it because I seen too much pain, bro. But this guy is different. This team is different.
You know what's so funny, yeah? Before Arteta took charge, I'd actually gone through a period where I wasn't watching football. Like I
Facts,
wasn't
same,
like
same.
when Arsene Wenger, as things ended, it wasn't a good one. Like it
Mm-hmm.
was hard for me to it was hard for me to watch Emery play ball
It's facts,
at the end of the day.
facts.
So for me, it was a thing where, alright, cool, I'm seeing how things are, and I'm not liking it. As soon as I've seen young players come in, so when Arteta's given, I think even Ljungberg for a period
Mm-hmm.
where he was giving young players an opportunity, like Saka, like Emil
Yeah,
Smith
I
Rowe.
mean, Emery was for a little bit of time, but like
Yeah,
it started to
100%.
completely shift under like
Yeah,
Ljungberg. Like
yeah,
it started
yeah.
to really get that next turn under Ljungberg. I agree.
But that period is when I thought, okay, you know what? Nothing worse can happen from this.
Facts.
I feel like us as Arsenal fans have actually gone through the worst.
We hit rock bottom. The Europa League
There
final
you
was
go.
rock bottom.
There you go.
Getting
So then for me,
getting skinned in Baku was rock. I didn't talk to people for 3 days, bro. I turned
listen,
off my phone. I disappeared. I didn't show up till preseason. And even if then,
bro,
that was
I'm
rock
telling you.
bottom.
So then this happens, and I'm just like, okay, we get the FA Cup win. I'm like, you know what? I give him time. Throughout the
Facts.
entire time Arteta's been at Arsenal,
Facts.
when people have been like Arteta out, all that stuff, so I'm like,
Nope.
bro, I've watched Chelsea dismiss managers quicker than you can say recess.
Facts.
I've seen
Facts.
Man United recycle managers quicker than you can say Man United. I've seen so many different clubs go through managerial changes, and I just said Arsenal is the club that I do not want to see that happen to. I understand the Emery one because the players weren't feeling it, right?
Yeah.
But for me, it was a thing where if you're gonna give a role such as Arsenal to a manager, person like Arteta who has actually played for the club, right? Give him time.
Facts.
For instance, now look at Palace, right? Palace aren't doing exactly spectacular, but under Vieira, they're playing their best football they've played in years.
Absolute years.
They had to give him time.
Mm-hmm.
You get Ten Hag. The people expect him to, work magic in the space of 3 months. He had Ronaldo for the whole of
facts. He had to get rid of the Ronaldo problem first, and then he's actually starting to play better football now. This is not his final form. Just as a neutral.
It's a scary sight, just not for us. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
For me, it's a thing where all processes require time. Now, look how beautiful this process is now. And we're nowhere near done because look, the idea was we need to be competing in the Champions League. That's what Arteta wants this squad to do. I can only imagine what will happen,
bro.
Last day of the season. I can only imagine.
If we get money on our hands, bro, if we get top winning.
That's happening, bro.
Bro, listen, but I'm still being conservative. I'm sorry, that's my heart. But you know what I'm saying? But literally, when we get to that stage, when we have the springboard to be in the Champions League, to sign some players, get the real juice back, the real Arsenal juice back to attract players and make that not really different again. You know what I'm saying? When it's that time to bring in somebody, maybe like a Declan Rice, maybe like a, a this, that, and the third, people to really build out the squad and make a bigger, more competitive, more fluid, more comprehensive Arteta squad.
All I'm gonna say,
we're nowhere near finished. Nowhere near.
Listen, all I can say is certain men that are on loan are gonna be looking at us thinking, I should have gone Arsenal still.
Facts.
Let's just finish well. We've got our Europa League game soon.
Facts.
And
I got a key question.
Go on.
What are we giving the fans? Because the ref already has his rating.
Hold on. No. I know. The ref. No, I got a rating for the ref.
You know what? Can we wait?
No. The ref's rating is the A.
Let's Timo go.
He's getting the A.
With the fans, I'm going to rate them just as I rate Arteta. Priceless. That one's not even
absolutely priceless.
Facts. You understand?
Facts.
With the referee, though.
No, wait, Timo. Let me get this one.
Yes, 8 minus 10.
No. Let me get this one, y'all. Let me get this one. Referee.
Oh, yeah, you're good, bro. You do your thing.
4 to 7 different potential penalty shouts. 2, I think, were stonewall, absolutely, but ignored all the same. Several fouls that weren't given. Again, more handball calls, more all that stuff than you can count in your hands. And the most we'll get is a PGMOL apology Monday morning saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. We just didn't mean it, but we saw that was stonewall. My fault." You guys get more than just numbers today. You get an expression. You get negative infinity. Hold that negative infinity, bro, to infinity and below like Buzz Lightyear, bro. Hold that on your head top, close the helmet, and smack yourself real quick, bro. You are the worst official. If it's not clear right now, people this week were talking about, oh, Arsenal so lucky, man. They got this person out against that game. Casemiro wasn't out against this game. They were did Brighton. Shut up, bro. Do you not see what's happening week in, week out, bro? We're getting more apologies. More apologies left, right, and center, bro. It's all in a box. Like, are you serious? Like, come on, bro. And it's never too late to apologize for them. Like, One Republic, bro. Like, come on, man. Stop playing with us, bro. It's negative infinity for you scrubs, and you need to hold that until you rectify it, bro. Honestly, bro, I need people fired, bro. I need my guy Colina, bro. Pierluigi Colina. I need him to come in and restore order to this. I need Wenger to come tell FIFA and the FA to come restore order to this, bro. I need these men fired. I need World Cup time installed. I need proper semi-automated VAR, and I need these English bums really out, bro. I need these bum refs out, man. Negative infinity.
Really scary, What was really scary for me is that the officiating in the Napoli-Lazio game this week saw Napoli lose, right? And I felt, okay, Napoli lose. That's their first defeat in like
a minute,
like 15 or 16 games.
Yeah,
and it's only their third loss in the space of 12 months. So that already told me that if we're gonna win today, it's gonna take something, especially at 2-0 down. It's gonna take something special. The fans, even at 2-0, did not get onto this team. So that's why I said priceless. That's why I said
facts.
Priceless.
This is a different fan base, bro. This is a
different football club.
Again, we're after the years of just having to sit through pain, and we got to sell this player to pay off the stadium debt, and think about finances as fans. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. We have something that we can actually get behind. We have we just wanted a team that fights for us the way we love this club. They want to fight for us as much as we want to fight for them. Listen, bro. If I was training my calves at the infantile stage, I would have been an Arsenal player. I would have been wanted to be an Arsenal player, bro. I love this club all the same, but we have representation, a team that loves this club so much that they're willing to fight to the very end, give everything they have, back to the floor, chest to the sky, panting for air at the end of a game like Martin Odegaard did today because he saw the win and he's ecstatic. He's happy. This is our club, bro. Love it, man. Love it. COYG, bro. COYG. Let us know what you thought in the comments today. You know what I'm saying? We got another game coming up with Sporting, Lisbon, and then Fulham the next week over. A lot of stuff to play, a lot of games to play, but listen, still 5 points clear. What a performance. What a day. What a team. And what a club. Appreciate Ghostin and Timo Too Good for coming through.
All the time, man. All the time, man.
You know what I'm saying? But that's all we got for this video. But don't trip. We'll see you in the next one, baby.